Remember when we thought we could fly?
Remember when we thought we could fly? Yeah, I said that. Already started with a thumbs up. Thumbs up to the thumbs up, man. All the way in the King of Groove studio. Woo!
My dream?
Hey, No Time, what's going on? Day of the Destroyer. Ooh, my glasses. I don't like these as good.
We got them. We live.
You live, man. You live in effect. You all the way live. Sup, Jose? Gang, gang. When you see me, you say gang. What's up? Just got done watching the mukbang of the pizza. Yeah, man. We've done a lot of mukbangs. Yeah, Chicago we did pizza. We've done pizza in Houston. We do YouTube for real, on some levels. Y'all just don't know.
Well, that's where we started.
Started from the bottom now.
Remember, we started there.
When you see me, you say gang. When you see me, you say gang.
Because it was those
Better get a gamer when you see one.
Because look, that Wendy's mukbang, remember we would sit there and we would talk about gossip stuff, tea, the receipts.
Gang, gang. Throwing up my gang signs, gang, gang. All love, all the time. Love. Nothing but love.
So you're live.
I don't like these glasses, yo. I want to go get my other glasses for real.
Go get them.
Let me go get my other glasses for real. Because these are horrible. Oh my God.
Just be careful.
I can't see the screen like that. You know what I'm saying? I need to see it.
Be careful.
Or I need to make the screen 3 times bigger. Daisy, come with me.
Yeah, take her with you.
Come on.
Take Daisy with you. What's up, y'all? Oh my God, the weather out here is a trip. It's been gloomy all day. It has been gloomy. Okay, let me get myself together. Let me get my life. Hey, everybody. What up, Chef Gang? What up, Sammy D? I know, right? If you go to the couples channel, you'll see I met B Love's Life. Her husband was the one that gave me the idea for all this stuff. They're real nice people. You'll see a video out there on the couples channel where I met B Love's Life and Nathan. Nate. He goes by Nate, yeah. They were out here in Houston and they did a meet and greet. They have really grown leaps and bounds. They're doing collaborations on a whole different level. But good people. What's up, James? James, I gotta message you too. I gotta message you about New Orleans. It'll probably be Thursday. Hey, Darcy. Yes, Frank, I'm holding it down. Mr. Brando left me. He left me by my lonesome. So I got to do my dirt all by my lonely. Him and Daisy left me hanging. Hey,
Woo!
Ooh, all that noise. What's up, GQ, pretty boy?
Man.
Got that pretty boy swag.
Whew.
Hey, Bethany. Hey, Earl, you got snow out there?
Yeah, Chef, you can get your gang. You can get your corn in Houston. You're
going to have to plan a Houston meet and greet.
Y'all want to do a Houston meet and greet? Let me know. Did you already talk about New Orleans?
I did. New
Orleans Thursday.
Right. Already told
meet
James.
And greet.
Already told James.
Probably do it in the afternoon sometime. Yeah. Okay. Well.
You going to play the music or not?
I mean, I'm kind of just thinking, I don't even know if they deserve.
Oh, deserve.
Deserve. I'm using some real strong words. Do you hear what I'm saying? Deserve. If you hear this, you should be screaming for the most melodious, most genteel, most so surreal. You should be screaming for that theme music because you know the news is coming. And when I come with that news, I come with them bombs. Boom! Call me Hiroshima. The first man to bring the bomb to the set. You know what it is, man. When you see a gang member, you salute. Damn
What's
straight,
up, Reaper?
baby. Humble. Humble. Out the womb, I was humble.
Hey, Susan.
And you know what? I rep my crew, man. For real. Y'all think I be playing about my merch, man. I'm not even playing. See this? That's Secret Squirrel. Y'all know who Secret Squirrel is? Man.
Kind of look like Daisy.
Secret squirrel holding all the nuts. Got big dung. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what the squirrels got them big dung.
Hey, hi, Joseph.
Y'all know what it is. So you know what it is? I'm going to bring the music right now because you know what? It's about to like melodiously bring you into the whole Mr. Brando penthouse view vibe. This is so live. Our background is so awesome. I am looking up. I'm looking right at them. They know we're all in the same living room right now, baby. But listen. It'll go faster. Who are you? And I am... So delicious. When everything works, it's different because when certain componentry works, y'all don't know this probably being the viewer, but because I do this, I have to look up here and not down here. It's different. So it's like having a real conversation with a person as opposed to having with a computer. It's totally different. So, you know, excuse me if I look down. I don't mean to. I have to look down to read the monitor, but you know what? I'm right here at your eye level, so you know what? Please forgive me, okay, y'all? But you can dance if you want to. And if you don't dance, you just two-step like me. Just do your arms like this. I'm not much on dance moves, baby. But I am much on the news, and I am much on analyzing what's going on in the Middle East. I got a few ideas of what's going on. Thought I'd bring y'all into my little, discussion. We could have a few talks.
Ooh. Before we start, I want to say salute to all the veterans out there and happy Veterans Day. Thank you for everything you've done.
No,
and
for real.
Continue to do.
Hey, Dad, I know you don't watch the show. My dad's a veteran, but he doesn't do this type of thing. But thank you, man. He's a veteran. He's an Air Force career person. And, we don't always see eye to eye on everything. But you know what? My dad taught me one thing. If you can read, thank a teacher. If you can read it in English, thank a soldier. Thank you, Daddy, for everything y'all did for me in my life. Thank you. Thank you all vets out there. Now, if you ain't been laying what I ain't been laying down, y'all just don't know what the heck is going on, man.
And if you don't owe the IRS, thank an accountant.
Or blame an accountant, for real.
Hey.
People ain't always true. That's why I tell you, there's no such thing as a wealth manager. A wealth manager is nothing more than it's kind of like me. I'll give you an example. A wealth manager is kind of like one of those nurses that come to your home when you can't afford a real nurse. You know what I'm saying?
Home health.
A home health specialist.
Mm-hmm.
They're a nurse, right? They got all the skills. Mm-hmm. They don't have the degrees behind them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm not saying nothing negative towards either one of them, but if I'm going to trust either me taking care of me, I'm going to trust me. If I'm going to trust my money, I'm going to trust me.
Right.
Or I'm going to trust you, and I trust you like I trust me. So,
right.
You know what I'm saying? So, I don't feel that at all. No wealth management for me.
I think, though, if you look at people throughout life, I like the way LeBron James picked his people. He picked people that he grew up with, that he trusts, that's loyal to him. And if you notice, he never really had any money issues. But they all came up together. You see what I'm saying?
But 100 million here, 500 million there.
But what I'm saying
Nike,
is,
it's hard to screw that much
but
up.
what I'm saying is,
while you're playing. But
what I'm saying is, look at how many sports figures that hire wealth managers and they steal from them, because the true character of the person come out when they're managing that money. And you know what people think? When you're sitting there managing millions and millions of dollars, they're like, shoot, this person don't deserve it. Shoot.
Man, they say that all the time about professional athletes.
They're not going to miss a couple of million.
Athletes, owners. Yeah. And that's why I try to tell people all the time. If you ever have been through a consultation with me, and they don't have to say it was me, but I tell them all the time, stop your stinking thinking. Stop thinking like an employee. When you start telling me stuff like, I don't want people to know I have money, I deal in disrespect and all this and this, but I got to stop all. This ain't a lecture. Miss BB, will you please do ladies first? Because you know what?
I am April BB.
And you know who I am.
The ever so humble who? The ever so humble what?
The sweetest asshole you ever met.
Where's that shirt?
I almost wore it.
You guys, I bought him the perfect shirt.
It says the sweetest damn asshole you ever met. Damn straight. Wear it proudly.
You gotta wear it during one of your rings.
I ain't no sucker. For real. I ain't no sucker.
The ever
Man.
so humble. You didn't introduce yourself. But the so humble.
Excuse me. I am the so very, very, very genteel, humble Mr. Brando! And that's Daisy. And guess what this is?
That's Daisy Rathers.
Daisy Rathers! I love it! That's my next shirt! Daisy Rathers.
Rather not.
Daisy Rather on there. Hey! Now, this is the status of the reinstatement of the Iraqi Dinar IQD chat and world news. Now, we're in the brand new YouTube studio. You guys know what it is. We report from our what I would call probably one of the most highly respected concealed buildings in America. Miss BB upgraded our lease. We're now in the penthouse. No neighbors. And we only report.
No, you know where we're at?
Where?
We're in the Dinar Towers.
We're going to report from now on from Dinar Towers. You know
Towers.
that. I love it. And you know what? We can laugh about this. You know why? Because to be on this masochistic train for the last 10 years, I think I deserve a laugh. So if you can't laugh at yourself and you can't laugh at the investment from time to time, you know what it is? Now, came out with the Disney Dinar shirt. I told you guys coming. Saturday, I saw some awesome news. Let's start from where I thought we left off. Friday, Saturday. So we came with Disney Dinar. There it goes. Another set of demands came out from the demonstrators, and they came out with a list of things, and I want to read a few of them. There are popular demands for comprehensive or partial ministerial changes to get rid of quota systems to make our institutions more youth, efficient, transparent, and have confirmed that we will make important ministerial reshuffle in response. Now, to that, what they've already kind of come out with is that on the GOI, that they will be able to have a minimum age of 25. So what people don't understand is right now you have to be a little bit older, and because you have to have $7,500 coming in plus $2,500 on the back end, it's basically $10,000 to get inside of Parliament or even an option to run or to be a part of Parliament, that most youth can't afford it. So they're trying to make the laws more friendly as far as the election law goes, so that people can really afford to get into it, right? They're the youth. Political forces and parties are important entities in democratic systems. They have great sacrifices, but have fallen into many wrong practices. You guys know that stuff. It's kind of rhetoric. In addition to reform packages issued successfully by the Council of Ministers and the House of Representatives, which are among the hard to implement, there are new packages of reform, including adoption of a schedule to reduce the salaries of senior officials in half. So basically, the demonstrators now are saying, you know what? We don't have to replace all of you, but we are going to cut that number in half. And what they also tell you in a later date is they're going to reduce that number by a third. So I told you guys, to have an effective parliamentary system, if you're going to have one, it doesn't need to have 300 plus MPs. They needed to cut that in half. They want to cut it by 30%, which is a great number. So you get rid of 90 of them, you know what I'm saying? Almost 100. So now you're down to 200. 180 to about 160 is about normally what shows up. You can rule and have, pretty much free reign now. You guys can vote on stuff, and by that whole 2/3 rule, you can get stuff done. So I agree with that to a certain degree, based upon those simple mathematics. They want to track down the guilty. They want those people to pay. The parliamentary House Speaker Halabusi called on Iraq government to send the budget quickly. He directed the Secretary of the Council to address the Secretariat of Council Ministers to emphasize the speedy dispatch of federal budget. Now, it sounds like gibberish to a certain degree, because when I was reading this, I was kind of like, well, why is he saying all this? Like, do you have some national initiative or something you're going to do to get this done quickly? Because I want to hear something important. he said that the initiative is to bring together the three authoritative, academic, religious references, and social spectrum. Now remember, academic, so that has to be someone from academia, meaning from like Baghdad colleges. They tell you later on that people they want to help with the Constitution are people that are of academia, whether they're from law or they have a specialized skill set or they know knowledge of politics, something like that. They're going to open up that website for all of them. Then number two, what they tell you is the religious reference. They're going to reference later. I'm going to reference later on in this podcast about al-Sistani and why they chose Sistani to reference instead of Sadr, because Sistani is the religious cleric of Iraq and Iran, honestly. So they're not going to, the UN did this, not America, not anybody else. The UN had a meeting with Sistani. Okay, yeah, that's a bomb. Hang on here. If you missed that one, yeah, I said that. Sistani had a meeting with the UN. So if you're not listening to what I'm saying, you guys should be right now saying, well, wait a minute, the UN's there? And they met with Sistani? Yeah, that's coming up. Hang on a second here. Now, they said the problem and development of the popular demands for the rights and the duties necessary for the authorities to implement and involve the United Nations according to the timetable and serious work. They just told you the United Nations needs to get there. We know they're automatically there right now because of what I just told you. They have a timetable, which they told you from 1 month to 3 months to get everything done. Now, we also know that the protesters have already told you they will not give up until when? Everything is complete. Don't you think it'll must take like maybe a month or maybe a month and a half as opposed to 3 months? These people don't have jobs.
Right.
So they have no job to go to. It's not like they're protesting or missing work. So if the UN's there and they're protesting their jobs, does it matter that Sistani or Sadr's out there screaming, well, I don't like the idea that the Americans have anything to do with what's going on in Iraq? Well, guess what, Sadr? We're not doing anything in Iraq. We're making suggestions based upon our influence, based upon what's going on in oil and gas. And guess what? The IMF is already there. Now, there are going to be some YouTubers out there that say that we control the IMF. Here's something I want to tell them. We don't control the IMF. But you know what we do control?
What?
Influence over the IMF. That's more important. It is a government agency that is controlled by the Americans, but guess what? Donald Trump cannot walk onto the floorboard of the IMF and say, you know what? I demand that you do this, and I demand that you do that. You know what the United Nations would tell him? Go fly a kite. Now, what you should be asking yourself, since we know the United Nations is there, where is the World Bank and where is the IMF? Why aren't they in Iraq? Why aren't they watching over what's going on with the auctions and other things? That's a greater question with a deeper meaning that Mr. Fraser had a conversation about yesterday or today. Where are those people? And why hasn't the IMF come out and said, we're forcing the UN, and by the way, I'm not a UN supporter. Screw the UN. They're powerless to a certain degree, but guess what? They're the ones that hold the articles in play that allow you, guess what, to reinstate your currency. So I need the UN to play on board and be in Iraq to help them see this crisis situation. So guess what? Right. In a month to a month and a half, we can see them reach the promised land. That's what I'm hoping for. That's best case scenario. Worst case scenario, they already told you 3 months to redo the Constitution. And I've told you this before. I'm not in this for a rate and I'm not in this for a date. But I'm in this to tell you I'm going to provide you with timelines that are going to help you along your journey. Now, if you don't like timelines, you don't like expectation, then tune out. But I don't give a... Because you know why? Because this is the only channel that's going to do that. Based upon the articles, based upon information. Now, you can go out and speculate all you want. But guess what? Unless you can speculate it and then recall the knowledge you had from before, what you're doing is... And you know what also it is? And because everybody's tired of that crap. Bullshit don't fly anymore. People want results. People want to know what's going on. So I'm going to tell them. We demand the allocation of the salaries to each individual. That's the HCL. We demand the allocations of the salaries of each individual. The President of the Council of Representatives to the need to expedite the presentation of the important laws that affect the lives of the citizens of the agenda of the council. The inclusion of important laws that affect the lives of citizens requires political efforts of Parliament to accelerate its legislation during the current legislation term, which is fourth quarter. The sincere blocs have already submitted a number of draft laws and proposals, most notably improving the ration card, that's important, and quality, as well as the allocation of the salaries of each individual Iraqi from the oil import. I'm sorry, I could stop right now. I could quit literally right now and just told you, guess what they just told you? They're going to give you, in this legislative term, which is 1 month from now, I just told you 1 month to half a month. Did I just say that? I've told you this. I call this like I'm quarterbacking it from like back here. That's no bullshit. You can say anything you want about me. Call me fat. Call me stupid. Don't like my hair. Don't like my glasses. I can't read well, but guess what? I read really goddamn well. I am that guy. I am. You know what? I told you this when this started. This is all you want to see, a forcefulness. And guess what? A what? And guess what? I'm telling you, they give you everything you need to know in the news. You don't need YouTube to follow this investment, but you need someone to guide you through the articles. Oh my God, man, if this was Hiroshima, man, all y'all be dead. I'm not done. I'm just getting started, man. Just getting started, man. I mean, I ain't go through all the news. I don't even know. Woo! They're going to replace 10 ministers instantly. We knew that. They're going to replace 10 ministers instantly. They're going to get rid of them. Mm-hmm. There's an agreement for the survival of the Abdul Mahdi in office, Iraqi news. Yeah, there is a deal to survive Mahdi. You know why? Because Mahdi, or however you want to say his name, the PM of Iraq, guess what? He's getting crap done. And guess what? He's getting it done now under fire. You want to know why? Because he hasn't, you don't need the support of Iran to get things done. But he had to get that gun out from behind the back of his head. That was the scary part for him. Now that he's got the United Nations there, he's got the United States there telling him, look, go forward, do more, get it done, get it done. Guess what? This dude is working like he's got a fire under his ass. And guess who's there to help him? The United Nations. But guess what? The United Nations, we don't own them, but guess what they do have? They have a small army that can go in there and invade that country that the United States does not. And guess what? That keeps our hand oh so clean. And it keeps, you can tell me whatever you want to. We invested billions and trillions. So did the United Nations. So did France. So did Germany. So the United Coalition. So they could see that energy go free for everybody. We sacrificed a lot, but somebody else did also. So don't put one person's body against another. A soul's a soul and a Christian's a Christian. That's what the Iraqi Constitution tells you. Whether you're Iraqi, whether you're a Muslim, whether you're a Christian, whether you're atheist, whether you're a dog, kitty, cat, whatever. As long as you're an Iraqi, you have a vote. That's exactly what's going on here. And if the UN decides to push in their United Coalition and change that whole outcome, then you will see things differently. But they're not doing that. The United Nations is telling you, we're going to help you through this. We're going to hold your hand to the promised land. And I'm going to show you how. They tell you why they ban social media. Because they're not playing by the rules. I get it. There's a difference between knowing the devil and knowing the devil you're with. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. If you know the devil, right? I know the devil's the UN. I know the devil's the United States government. Whatever you want to say. But I don't know what it is to be with that devil. I don't know what it is to be an American. I don't know what it is to be an Iraqi. You see what I'm saying? But understand this. They're cutting the internet off because they have to control what people see. The United Nations wouldn't move in there and then start helping them reconstruct their constitution if they didn't believe being there was if not some greater need. Because they could just simply push their army in there and take the whole stuff over and declare martial law and redo everything. Because that's what the citizens are chatting for. Do you guys not see that for yourselves? Man. There should be a 5% nation of this Iraqi Dinar stuff right here. A 5% nation. Seriously. There should be only 5% of the people that can speak this. I'm dead serious. Because nobody else is talking. Am I lying? Am I lying? Have you heard me talk like that? What?
Nothing.
Well, I can't read it.
Oh, okay.
I can't see it. My bifocals are too low. Can you read this, please? What does it say? QP?
GQ. Remember GQ pretty boy, he said, when you gonna make those 16-1 shirts? You don't remember that comment?
Oh man. Dude, that's a great idea.
You don't remember that? Y'all,
no.
He called in one time. And then
16-1 would be a good shirt though. I know what you're referencing.
Here.
Let me see. What do you think? Oh, I hate reading like this.
What do you think about the OFAC sanctions that the Treasury has on Iraqi currency? Once lifted, can't they RI?
That's directly what you're saying is a Mountain Goat quote. And there are no AFAC sanctions on Iraq. There's AFAC sanctions on individuals in Iraq. And that's why they're on that list, but for no other reason. That person that put out that report should actually do their homework and read the report before they report on such knowledge because they don't have a general understanding.
They're just asking you a question, babe. These are the questions in the comment section, okay?
Well, then ask Mountain Goat why they report on something that was absolute bull.
Daisy.
That's her nose.
That's her.
Okay. There's a report that came out about the demonstrators. I'm going to skip through most of it. I'm going to read you the last part, okay? It says this. They want the federal court to act on these things. 1 is the Social Security law. 2 is the Housing Crisis Resolution Act. 3 is the oil and gas law. What? Did I just say the oil and gas law again? But didn't I just say the oil and gas law earlier? Didn't I just say that was important? I hit that button way too much. But I love hitting it. You guys got to understand, everything is only about one thing. The Iraqi citizens getting paid and them getting out of a poverty situation. Getting them out of poverty and getting them in a position that gets them to work is the only thing this is about. They don't have jobs so they can sit in forever. But the main thing is to get them a job and then to pay them their due rights. The government bragged way too long about making money off of oil, and now the citizens saw that, and guess what? Because of Information Acts, that's why these people want their money. Now, I can go on, or we can slow down. If you guys don't see this for what it is, I'm quarterbacking this from like America, but you guys can see my excitement. I don't need to tell you every day that the RI can happen. The RI is going to happen as soon as they amend the Constitution. Now you have a timeline. You want to know the timeline? They amend the Constitution. That's when it's going to happen. Because now they have to implement Article 140 and they have to implement the HCL law, which is in the Constitution. The Constitution is the whole, you call it a linchpin, call it the grenade, you can call it the bullet point, you can call it the Mr. Brando said that, you can quote me on that, you can call it whatever you want. The reinstatement of the Iraqi Dinar for the whole life of me only has to do with one thing. The amendment of the Constitution. Now, I can read some really cool quotes that say, what happened during the last week of the rise of the exchange rate of the Iraqi dinar against the US dollar is an emergency and will not last long. You'll see fluctuations because of the demonstrations. But it'll never get out of that 2%. Why? Or it'll get out of that 2%, but guess why? Because it's not pegged to anything but the dollar. It's an artificial peg. It can float what it wants to, but it can't go too far away from the dollar. Not plus or minus 20%. So when I'm worried about people telling me about compliance, why are they complying to, or why would they comply to, an artificially suppressed currency that they artificially can suppress based upon an auction system that they imposed based upon suppressing their economy? So I don't want to hear that. It's a perpetuating cycle of nothingness. It's like mental masturbation. I can do it all day, but nobody's satisfied. Now, the UN has come out with a proposal with the roadmaps of success for the Iraqi crisis. In the digital age, the daily life has moved online. Meanwhile, risk of spoils hijacking peaceful demonstrations is increasing the potential, derailing any attempts of genuine change. That's why they're monitoring the social system or social networking system that's online. It's called social engineering. It's what I put out there is what people perceive me to be, and that's why Americans are perceived to all be rich. Nobody's poor. Nobody's gangbanging. There's no white trash. There's no poor black people, Mexican people. Everybody's wealthy. We all have mansions and maids.
No,
It's called social engineering.
Okay.
That's what it's called. And that's what Iraq's doing by cutting off the internet. They don't want to see the bad that's coming to their country. Because they're going through basically a civil revolution.
Like in 90 Day Fiancé. They come here and they're like, you're rich. They just instantly think you're rich.
When you come to America, boom, we give you $20 million and boom, you're living life. Everybody's Donald Trump.
It's like, why are we at the used clothing store? You're rich. Yeah.
They want simple things like the right to protect their lives, the guarantee of the right of peaceful assembly, the practice of maximum restraint, delivery of full accountability of the perpetrators of readiness for the victims, to keep the law, including the regard to public and private properties. Now, all they're asking for in all these things are the same. Now, here's a funny thing that I thought that you guys would find interesting. Today, the House of Representatives on Monday lifted its session on Wednesday to host the UN representative in Iraq, Jenin Blackheart. A parliamentary source said in an interview with the news, Parliament adjourned its session until next Wednesday and will host the UN representative in Iraq, Jenin Blackheart, on the vision of the United Nations to achieve the demands of the demonstrators. But the United Nations, we know, has been there since Saturday. So is she there assessing everything so that on Wednesday they can make a formal statement? I'm just asking because I don't know. You know what I'm saying? These are really real questions. They've been there for a week. What other assessment do they not know? We know we need the HCL done. We know at the end of the week they've already said that the United Nations is going to bring in their constitutional writers to help them amend the Constitution. What else do they need to do to get this done? As soon as the Constitution is amended, it's go time. Sari reveals the date of the arrival of the UN constitutional experts in Iraq. The political blocs have a great determination to make constitutional amendments to meet the aspirations of the Iraqi people, noting the intention of the commission to open the way for all segments of society to express their visions or express their views on the constitutional amendment. We will open emails, extensive meetings with judges, unions to put constitutional amendments, Sari said. He said the United Nations participated in the meetings and will be achieved and interactive with the community. The UN top cleric met with Sistani. Not Sadr, Sistani. The only thing of value that this whole thing meant to me it said this. One in 5 people lives below the poverty line, despite the vast oil wealth of OPEC's second biggest producer. We don't want amendments. We don't want change. We want total change. Enough said. Top cleric, he cast doubt on reforms and offered to diffuse unrest. Even Sistani offered to help out. Who only speaks on crisis and wields enormous influence over the public opinion of the majority of Iraq, on Monday met with Jenis Blackheart. Now, Jenis Blackheart isn't supposed to be there till Wednesday, but we know that she's there today, right? I just told you that. I just told you that I just read that she's not supposed to be there until Wednesday, but she met with Sistani today. So, you guys gotta understand, if that's there, those people are already there helping with the Constitution. Now you're putting one and one together, B. Think about this. She ain't supposed to be, I just told you, she's supposed to be there Wednesday where everybody's taking off. So what are they doing Tuesday? It's already Tuesday. What are they doing?
They working.
On what?
Constitution.
They gotta be. They gotta be.
They just don't want you to know their business.
Man.
Get out of grown folks' business.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to tell you everything.
Man, that was worth the price of admission. I'm done. 34, that's the news. You got questions? Ask. Show me some love. That's real. That's honestly, y'all, that's the holy grail right there, man. We know she's there. We know they're conducting business. If she's there, they're not going to put the head person there and not bring in the constitutional writers. We know they're there. They're amending the Constitution as we speak. And to that one thumbs down, you get one finger up, and you know which one it is. Ask your mammy.
Ooh.
I love the new YouTube studio. What y'all doing, man? 177 likes, man. Shout out. Thank y'all for the love.
You can't be acting like that in Dinar Towers.
Don't we own Dinar Towers?
You have to act regal.
I'll drink my Mr. Brando cup with my pinky out. Delicious. Yeah, you can call me. Thank you. Thank you. Talking about something nobody else is talking about for real. And think about this. You haven't heard from the World Bank and you haven't heard from the IMF. Where are they? And guess who's another silent partner in all this? Where is Alok? All of the proxies were supposed to be replaced the 24th of October. Where is Alok?
Where is he?
I'm going to make a Where's Alok shirt. Like a Where's Waldo shirt. Alok, show yourself. I command you. No, the 2020 budget is the one thing that will absolutely tell you, because in the 2020 budget, they tell you the reform package is in the 2020 budget. So if the reform package is in the budget, we already know that once they amend the Constitution, the 2020 budget should be out henceforth. Because you can't have one without the other. The amendment is the chicken. The egg is the Constitution, because it is what it will produce. Man, I'm telling you guys, this ain't hard to follow. If you think about it, everything they're doing is always what they do. They make you think, dang, they're unorganized and unethical and inept. Then all of a sudden they tell you it's a total meltdown. Same thing they always do. Diversion, diversion, diversion. The whole time they'd already called the UN. The whole time they were already on their way there. They knew this the whole time. They couldn't get anything done. So I wouldn't be surprised that when PM found out that he wasn't getting anything done after his last couple weeks, the little bump he ran to the road, he called the UN himself and snitched on everybody. Because he's weak like that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bring him in. Bring him in. I have no control over anything. But he does. And then all of a sudden you look at Sauter running to Iran. And Sauter coming out in the press and saying, well, you know what, guys? I want to get rid of him. Well, of course you do. Because you're an Iranian puppet of the highest source. But I called that last December. Didn't I have this whole thing? I said, I don't know what it is about that Sauter, but I don't like him.
Well, you said Sauter was a bad guy.
I knew he was a bad guy.
And you also said Sauter was sick.
He's sick. He's sick mentally and he's sick physically.
Well, he has some kind of illness going on.
He does. He's got something going on.
You also said that he don't like Americans. So.
He hates us way worse than he hates Iran. But when did that change? Because now he's in Iran way more than he's in Iraq. When did things change? The very corruption that he hates is the very thing he's sustaining to. When did things change?
Yeah. Sauter has prostate cancer. I knew he had some sort of cancer. And Pimpe, you stop trolling. Wait, who said Pimpe stop trolling BB? Oh, okay, yeah, somebody else said that. Wait, I gotta show you what Pimpe sent me, babe.
I can see this from a mile away.
So
now, I'm gonna tell you all this.
Go ahead.
I want to see a reinstatement. I'm not looking for a rape. Many of y'all can get mad at me.
Well, if you're looking for a reinstatement, that means $3.22.
It means something.
Or higher.
Or $1. I don't know. I have no clue. It's either a peg or unpeg. And that's where everybody's minds are going to differ. Right?
Right.
But if I see a reinstatement, we're in the game. And if you're in the game at $1, you better count your freaking blessings, people.
Count your freaking blessings.
Man, more money than you've ever seen.
Blessings on blessings.
You can laugh if you want to. I'm serious.
I ain't laughing.
It's a lot of bread.
Because Daisy had cut the cheese.
2 thumbs up if you farted.
And look, you got the thumbs up.
Yep. Daisy.
Little stinky dog.
I'm not here to argue rates. Hey, Mr. Comic Book. I'm not here to decipher rates. I'm here to decipher a reinstatement. I'm here to tell you that what you've been living for is true. And what you've been living for is not foolish. And the people that are telling you that it's foolish because it's never happened, their only argument is that it's never happened. But this very event has happened 77 times in economic history. So what I would tell that person that's unknowledgeable about this is, before you have this discussion with someone that's really studied it, don't you think, honestly, you should have a better argument that it never happened? It's kind of like saying, Mr. Brando, you're fat. Well, okay. But that doesn't make me not smart or good looking. Crickets. But anyway, what I'm saying to you guys is this. You know they're there. You know she's there. She was probably there when the first UN Council got there. The UN's cheap and they ain't got any money. They probably sent her right there right when they went. They've been working on the Constitution the whole time. They called a flag on the play a week ago. They're telling you things that they're only telling you now. It's someone told me the other day, they only call the news about 2-3 days later. Of course they do. They're not going to tell you. My friend told me it's in the military. I'll know 12 hours before everybody else knows, and you'll know 10. It's perfect for me.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
And buck's a buck. $3 is $3. But relish in the moment that you were smart enough to persevere to the hardest of times to get to the promised land. Does anybody have a freaking question? Or I'm cutting this video off.
Call in. Bang,
you better call me. Bang my line. You got 5 minutes to call me with a question and not Pempe. Yeah, can I get a 21 gun salute for Alabama? What happened to Alabama?
16-1 on God. that should be on the shirt.
16-1 on God. You have a question? Javon, call the line. Yeah, Nathan's been on his sailboat. Well, actually, no, let me phrase that. Nathan will be on his sailboat in 5 days. He'll have taken possession of it, I know that for sure. Only 177 likes for this knowledge? How do I sign up to be a part of the gang? You join Javon. You join. I'll put it up here for you. It's called www.
It's in the description.
.patreon.
It's in the description. It's always
.com.
in the description.
But maybe they don't know.
It's always in the description.
Mr. Brando.
It's always in the description.
You do this because you want higher meaning. This ain't a cat call. I'm not soliciting business.
And it's always
because if I look at this like this, you can imagine what my tax strategy is like. You can imagine what my business strategy is like. Because it's not one business, it's 4. You have an opportunity to be involved in all of it. I've got an idea of what I'm doing, guys. And once I got the money behind it, I've got the players behind me that have already said, guess what? And you can ask any Patreon member, it's worth it. The consultations alone are priceless. And I give you 1 a week, 1 a month, free time. I don't film because I talk to you one-on-one. What creator or what influencer or what person that you follow does that? Nobody. Chesterfield, Missouri. I did. Hello, Missouri.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going well. How are you doing? Ay, caramba.
All right. Well, I'll tell you guys this was, I do like the Iraqi Dinar, but my choice is Iranian Rial, because Iran is its own sovereign nation, and I like the choice that they are going. The sanctions are off, and they're going to go to their own crypto-backed currency by gold. I'm looking at that. I'm looking at that. Plus, they have better oil reserves, better minerals. They supply that whole Middle East just about with electricity. Those things, once they come online and they come off the SWIFT system, there's no holding that currency back.
But you know what? That currency's bill held back way before the dinar. You got a long wait.
I got a question. Caller, how do you purchase Real?
Well, I go through the Middle East. I go through Kuwait, and Dubai.
But there's no means to buy it here, like through a currency.
Legally.
Through a currency exchange, right?
Legally.
The only way you can do it if you find some on eBay. Yeah, you can legally get some on eBay, but you can get some on eBay, and they have a couple other sites, but some of those prices on eBay are kind of high. You can also contact a guy, KJ. KJ, he has a form where you're able to get it from him. But I would tell anybody, I would take the trip and fly over to Dubai to get it.
Okay. Well, I ain't trying to cut you short, caller, but guess what? I'm not a big Iranian real guy, but you know what? I'm sorry. I'm not a proponent of it. I think it's a bullshit currency. You're a long ways off. I love you to death. Thank you for calling.
I want to know what's your reason for saying that.
Because it's under sanctions. Everybody in the Middle East hates them. Nobody does business with them, and they're isolated. I'm sorry. I gotta go. Bye-bye. Thank you for calling. I have no time for bullshit. Sorry. I don't mean to be mean to him, but guess what? That's a bullshit currency. You're going to buy that. You're not going to revalue for 40 years. The Venezuelan currency, the way it sits right now, or no, I'll give you a better example. Zimbabwe has a better chance of giving you a greater value than the Iranian real does as it sits right now under the current administration, and probably plenty more after that. Sorry, my friend. Don't mean to be a dick, but I got to reach somebody else. I'm not here for that.
Well, and you can't get it legally.
It's illegal. It'd be like me telling you guys, look, Coke's awesome. We should all do a bunch of Coke and meth. But you can't buy it legally or do it because it's bad for you and you get arrested. So we should all do it, but no, don't do it. I'm not into that. The real's bullshit. I'm sorry. Real's bullshit. Don't buy that. Don't get into eBay. Don't get into sketchy buying schemes. That's like getting into a group. That sounds like some Ron Giles bullshit. Listen, the dinar is going to go for $90. Come on, guys. I'm not here for fantasism. I'm here for realism. If you're here for something real, listen to me. If you want to tell me about the Iranian real, then after sanctions, when it's reinstated, just back on Swift. Talk to me. I'm cool with that. I'm good. But you're a long ways off from that because of the predatory influence that you have in the nation as far as just funding terrorism. Just for that, you're going to be sanctioned from Democrats, Republicans, blacks, white, the LGB, the BMF, Crips, Bloods, and everybody else that could be a president for the next 40 years. Sorry.
That's his opinion. He's allowed to have it.
Yeah, and I
wouldn't endorse it. I wouldn't endorse that currency, but he's allowed to have it. Right?
You know, I mean, there's no listen. I say call in because I want you to call in.
Right.
But if you call in and I disagree with you, understand that I'm gonna disagree, and I have reasons for it. I just stated them, and I'm not gonna sit here for the disagreement.
Yeah.
I want to get to something that we can have common ground on. Now, once it reinstates, have an agreement. But after that, come on, guys, let's go.
Bot. Pimpe's gonna move to Thailand. He's gonna get some bot.
He looks like a Thailand type of person to me.
He looks like David from 90 Day Fiance.
You know what? I heard Thailand's beautiful though.
No, you know what I'm talking about.
I know you're talking about.
You would know.
I heard Thailand's gorgeous. Y'all call me, please. I'm not doing a show Wednesday. I'm not doing a show Friday. I'm on vacation. I'm taking this little time off. I have a big day with my wife. We're going to a secret destination in New Orleans.
Oh, but you are meeting up
with my Patreon group. Yes, I am.
In New Orleans on Thursday.
On Thursday.
At a secret location.
And if you're a Patreon, you'll know. Meet and greet. I love Bali.
Bali?
I love Bali. I love the Maldives.
Bali's?
Yeah, Sam AD says she want to go to Bali.
Oh. Oh, Bali. Bali?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, gotcha.
Turn up in New Orleans. No grenades. We're not doing that.
Isn't that cheap liquor?
Oh, yeah.
Give you a headache.
Give you a headache and the bad boo-boos.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
Well, y'all not gonna catch me till like, let's say maybe Sunday. So I'm gonna leave you with this.
It's okay.
Is that cool? You ready to sign off?
Let's do it.
Y'all, I give you a chance to call.
Wait, did you read?
We coming to Canada. We're gonna come to Florida, Canada, New York. We're trying to hit every major section. Do you have a phone number? Yeah, I have a phone number.
What do you mean? We posted the number. The number's in the chat. Susan's been posting it the whole show. What do you mean? Bang my line.
New Orleans. This is New Orleans, Louisiana. Hey, New Orleans.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. I need an apology from you.
I know who that is. That's James. That's James.
Yes, Reed.
James, why am I apologizing?
Roll Tide.
I'm going to come to see you in New Orleans, but you owe me an apology because you picked Alabama over LSU.
Oh. Yeah, you don't remember.
Then James, I'm gonna buy you a drink or something to eat. Then, okay?
No, I'm just messing with you.
Nah, man, nope, nope. I'm not a welcher. I'm not. I said roll tide. I owe you a drink or your favorite beverage. Okay?
All right, I'll tell you what. You buy the first round, I'm gonna buy the second one.
That's a done deal.
James, did you give your sister her T-shirt?
Yes, I did, and she loved it.
Okay, cool.
We don't know where we're going yet, but we're doing it Thursday, okay?
They paid that much for a damn T-shirt. And
Huh?
I'm like, he probably didn't pay for it. He probably got it free.
No, I paid for that T-shirt.
It was Astros, too.
No, I know. She didn't even know what the hell it meant. I had to explain it to her.
Oh, bless her heart.
But that's all right. She's going to sleep in it just the same.
Well, tell her, enjoy the heck out of it, man, and I will see you on Thursday. We'll post a location on Patreon.
And I'll message you on Facebook.
I haven't heard yet. Yeah, Miss BB told me to message her, and she would tell me where to go and what time and all that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it'll be on Thursday. We just don't know where yet.
Okay, I'm gonna try very hard. The whole work schedule thing comes into play.
Yeah.
But I'm a roofer, and it's wintertime, and it's going to be cold this week, so I'll probably be off.
Okay.
It's understandable if you can't make it.
If you can't make it, and you could be, in Louisiana or New Orleans on this Thursday in the evening time.
If I can't make it, y'all can stop by on the way back through, because I'm in Baton Rouge.
Oh, we gonna be on a plane.
No, we flying.
And I'll take y'all out to eat, and I'll pay for it.
Nah, man. Nah, we'll treat you, bro, for real.
Okay, I like that even better. All right, you pay for it.
Ah! Then you come to New Orleans, man. We got you.
Yeah, and we're flying,
right,
James. We're flying, so we won't be passing through Baton Rouge.
Oh, y'all flying, not driving. Oh,
yeah.
Damn.
I don't like to drive.
Y'all are spending my Patreon money wisely.
It's called content.
That's right.
Man, bro, well, I appreciate you calling, dog, and we'll put the info out there, okay?
All right, buddy. We'll see y'all later.
All right, man. Thanks.
Take care.
Have
All
a
right.
good night. And y'all don't lose faith. It's coming.
All right, man.
Thank you.
It could be by Christmas. It could be by March, but it's coming.
Yes. Yes. Keep the faith.
Keep faith.
All right, now.
All right. I love y'all. Y'all be good.
Love you now.
Too.
All right, buddy. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Y'all listen, just because I'm busy don't mean I won't let you know that what's going on. I will let you know what's going on when it's time to let you know what's going on. Hello?
Who that is?
Last call. Hello?
You got to put on speaker.
Hey, what's happening?
Let's get you on speaker real quick.
I got you on speaker now, okay?
I don't think you hit one. Hold on.
I was in between moving from my car to my house because on Monday nights I like going out watching the games and catching the football, basketball, and all of that. But I listened to you guys on my way home, right?
Right.
And I need to get you to woosah a little bit more, man. For the simple fact that you let those thumb downs get to you, man. And one thing I remember, the sergeant in the middle when I was in the military, he told me, he said, without people telling you you're wrong, how you know if you're right? So remember that. Those thumb down, you need those. Because you need to make sure that you point out the fact that, hey, remember when I got thumbs down for saying such and such? It's because, bam, you can prove to me you've been about 95% accurate. So
Man, you right about that though.
95% accurate.
You right about that though.
accurate.
I feel you on that. For real though. You right about that. For real.
Don't let those people bother you. Because dude, let me tell you something. And this is real talk right here. Being from the military and in the police department. And each time I can name at least 8 situations where I was called the N-word to my face. And I didn't let it get to me, right? And they swear up and down that, I'm going to start acting violent, irate, what they expect, but I didn't. I chose the higher road. And I beat them at their game. And at the same time, this sergeant, I remember what the sergeant told me. He said, without people telling you that you're wrong, how do you know if you're right? You don't, and like I said, they don't know if you're right. But you can prove that you're right because you've been reading evidence. You've been reading the facts every night.
Yeah.
All right. This is no linchpin. This is no nothing. Okay. You've been 100% right. Don't let those thumb downs get you. Oh well, you got 3 people versus 165. I think those stats are real good to me personally.
Can I say something? I'm changing my thumbs up to a thumbs down. I'm joining the thumbs down nation. I'm gonna join them.
There you go.
I'm for real. Screw them. I give myself a thumbs down.
You love them.
I'm embracing them.
You love the thumbs up.
Yeah, for real. I joined them. There's less of them than us.
Exactly. So, dude, don't even let that get to you, man. Don't let it get to you because you're right. And you already got 2 strikes against you. So I'm gonna leave that. You know what I mean when I say that.
Mm-hmm.
So just you
The
already got 2
sweetest
strikes
sounds, melodiously.
So don't worry about that because they don't want you to be right. They can't do nothing but give you credit because I guarantee you when this happens, none of those people are going to come to you and say, you know what, man, I'm wrong. I gave you all those thumbs down. I'm sorry. I guarantee you, I put $100 billion of Zimbabwe currency on that one. I tell you, they won't call you back and say, I'm sorry.
You right, bro. You right.
Yeah, man, please. You worried about the wrong thing.
Hey, Miss BB, tell the truth. Did I give myself a thumbs down?
Miss BB, right. Man,
But I tell him that all the time.
She do.
I tell him that.
She tells you.
Let me tell you,
all the time, but she don't want to do that on your show, of course.
What?
Nah, but you know what, man? When you put your heart and soul into something, I put a lot of effort, a lot of time, a lot of my personal sense into this. And I think, I take it, I take the love as love, right? But I get the love. And I don't give the love enough love. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. I'm gonna give you a thumbs down. I'm gonna give you a thumbs down because I hate the fact that you put more work in it than I do.
That's real talk, though. Real talk. Don't mess with my algorithm, y'all. Don't mess with my algorithm.
Yeah, but you know what, though? You thumbs up with me every day, even if I don't finish the video or something like that. The first thing I do when I log on, I give you a thumbs up.
Thank you.
For one, the effort that you give just to log on, to me, bam, thumbs up. And then I'm going to listen to the rest of it.
Thank you.
But stay blessed. Miss B, stay on him. And y'all have a nice night. Enjoy yourself in New Orleans. I was trying to make it to New Orleans this week, but I got a couple of doctor's appointments in my back, so I'll be here doing that this week. So, but I trust me, I wanted to go. But y'all have fun. Enjoy yourself. I'll see you when you get back.
Well, then we're going to let this take us out. Nothing but positive, even if it's negative.
Hey, y'all, just stay blessed. That's all I want you to do.
We're going to do that, man. Thank you.
You have a good one.
Thanks, man, H-Town. I'm going to leave y'all with this. I'm going to take my glasses off. Man. That's real, right? I mean, for real. That's real. I like you guys, man. Y'all are good people. I love my wife. I love what we do. Mm-hmm. Thumbs down. I'll give myself a thumbs down because that's real. Don't y'all give me a thumbs down. And I'll remember this in my brainstem as a report later on that, you know what? At least they're watching. At least they're getting indoctrined. At least they're getting the real truth. At least they're getting the news. At least they're catching these bombs. So they can go back and spread Johnny Appleseed all over the internet until, because I can see, I read, I don't listen, I read the blogs now. I read them. And I see my stuff all over. And you know what? I love it. And I didn't even show my coin. Can I see my coin? Shout out the only real gang in America. Shout out you guys. Shout out every veteran that ever protected my heart, protected my family. And you guys have a great night, man. And thank you for that call, that last one, man. I know I always tell y'all after the fact, and my last caller, same thing. Y'all always put me back on track. Thank you guys, man.
Thank you for all the calls. Thank you for all the sports.
And thank you for calling about the Iranian Real. Thank you.
Thank you for everybody watching.
I don't have to agree.
Right.
We just gotta call. If we don't have dialogue, then we don't have an opportunity to understand what the investment really means. Right?
Yeah.
So, man, with that, I'll see you guys probably Sunday.
You guys, y'all gonna see videos pop up all the time because he gonna be sitting around here like,
Probably
I'm gonna talk about it. I need to talk about it.
I'll be off for a few days, so I'll probably be going live a lot. It'd be like Vlogmas, but like next week, okay? So give me some time. Let me take my wife on this date, and I love you guys. Have a great week. If something major happens, I will go live for where I'm at. If not, you'll see me in the blogger space. Have a great night.
Bye.